Hi guys, so today we want to talk about a trading strategy that I've been using for quite some time. All right, and during this video we're gonna experience how to use this strategy as well. All right, in a live account, but most of it is just gonna be a little bit of explanation on exactly how to execute the trade, all right, in the situations. So let's get to it, guys. Okay, welcome back, guys. All right, so these are the settings. We're gonna move so fast. All right, so basically these are the indicators that we want to use. We're gonna have a Parabolic Sar. All right, default settings, Parabolic Sar, and then we want to have an SMA21. SMA21. Which color do we? Nah, the red is cool. All right, so SMA21, that's our Parabolic Sar SMA21, and then we want to have a fractal. Fractal is default settings again. Okay, that's right. All right, so what we're going to trade is reversals. So our candlesticks 15 seconds. All right, and then our expiration time we want to have 1 minute 15. Let's just say 1 minute 15 seconds. All right, so in other words, we're gonna have an expiration time of 5 periods. Okay, so now I'm gonna explain the situations where we're gonna enter our trades. And like I always say, guys, whenever I'm trading, I always record my screen most of the time. So, and also I love showing you videos whereby I would have been mentoring my students, you know, during those videos where I'm trading live, and at the same time I'm actually mentoring my students live as well. They're actually watching my screen during that time, and they're also executing trades in their own accounts. I love those videos, even though I do videos whereby I'm just trading live myself, and then I record them as well, and then I'm also explaining whatever that's happening for you guys. All right, so basically on this one I'm going to explain, and then I'll pull out one of my videos, and then we just see how we've been executing using this strategy. So we have a Parabolic Sar. This is what a Parabolic Sar does. A Parabolic Sar, it shows as a reversal. All right, it's actually, the Sar actually stands for stop and reverse. All right, and then we have fractals. All right, and in most of the times fractals, you're gonna notice that this fractal shows up whenever the closing price of the previous candle, all right, is lower, not basically lower, I'm sorry, whenever we have like a pin bar type of situation. All right, and as you can see, it's more like a pin bar type of situation, and then we have this candle a little bit lower, and then this candle again a little bit lower, and then this fractal is giving us a signal that we're going down. But we're gonna have a total confirmation with the SMA21 and also the Parabolic Sar. All right, so these are the situations we're gonna look for. We must be having in the previous trend a Parabolic Sar showing us that we've been going maybe down. In this situation we've been going down. When the Parabolic Sar is above the candles, it's our downward trend. All right, and then the candles are also below the SMA 21. All right, we're gonna look for a fractal that is at the bottom. All right, okay, let me say this. We're gonna look for a fractal which forms when the price has hit its lowest point. If it was a downtrend, the price has hit its lowest point during that trade, and then we have in a fractal in that situation. If this fractal didn't hit the lowest point, all right, and there was other candles which maybe came down to this level, and then we just have this fractal, it's not the actually the point of reversal. All right, it's just a fractal which is within the trend whilst we may be going up again. All right, so in this situation is the lowest point, right, during this trend where this parabolic SAR started, and it's about to end. All right, so we have in this this fractal, and in most cases we want to check if that fractal, I would call it a true fractal, something like that, whereby we having a green candle, all right, confirming the situation of the fractal. All right, and we also want to have a parabolic SAR that forms, all right, showing us that it's now a reversal, and then our candle crosses the SMA what? A candle crosses the SMA21. All right, now here's the deal. The candle that crosses the SMA21, we also want to make sure that we didn't have a couple of candles like touching the SMA21 and then we're having a price rejection of the 21 period. All right, so and then we have a good candle that crosses the SMA21, and then after that candle we're going to execute for the next 5 periods. In this case we're having a 15-second time frame, candlestick time frame, and then we're going to execute for an expiration of 15 seconds, so it's going to be 1 minute 15 seconds. That's why here on the expiration time we put 1 minute 15 seconds. All right, so basically that's it. Situations to avoid: you want to avoid situations where you have some unusual candles, extra big candles, and whereby a lot of candles been touching the SMA21. All right, and also avoiding a situation whereby during the formation of the fractal already the candle maybe crosses the 21 there and there. All right, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but in most cases you're going to lose if that is the situation. All right, so we want a situation whereby we've analyzed the market and we've realized that you would win 7 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10 times. All right, and sometimes 10 times out of 10 times. All right, so basically let's just try and look for other situations like that. All right, so we've been having the SMA 21 going down, yeah, and then we have a parabolic SAR that's going up. All right, just a slight uptrend. All right, and then we have that highest point. During that time we were saying it should be a lowest point because the parabolic SAR was going down. So in this case we have the highest point, all right, fractal, and our fractal we're saying is a true fractal, you know, it's followed by a downward candle. All right, and then we have our parabolic SAR, we have our candle crossing the SMA21, and then we go for the next 5 periods. So if you executed a trade around okay, we want a situation whereby we have in the parabolic SAR around this candle, you're gonna have 1 2 3 4 5. That's gonna be a win because you're gonna sell, and that was gonna be a win. All right, so let's just follow the market, just back test a little bit and see the situations if we were gonna win. All right, so remember we want a fractal that forms and then we are not already in or crossing the SMA21. So this situation we're gonna avoid it. All right, and obviously here we do have a fractal, but we don't have a candle during this parabolic SAR crossing the SMA21 going up. All right, so let's keep going. Now someone might say, what if we're gonna buy when this candle crossed? Remember I said as you're checking your price action and everything, whenever you have the lowest point fractal here, and then we're saying our fractal is true, just check if the candles are not touching the SMA21 and rejecting the SMA21 price. All right, so obviously that situation we're not gonna execute a trade. All right, so let's just go back in the market and just look for a couple of situations again and just see what was gonna happen. All right, so let's look at this situation here. We have a fractal lowest point, all right, during this trade, and then this is the lowest point, and it's a fractal. We have a green candle, we're crossing the SMA21, we're in the parabolic Sar. If we count our candles, 1 2 3, now from here, right, 1 2 3 4 5, we're gonna win the trade. All right, so basically that's it, guys. It's not that complicated. It's a simple strategy to follow. And then let's just, I pulled out a video that I recorded, and during that video actually I was explaining a couple of things to my students, and I was trading in a live account with a small amount of money. All right, so basically let's just watch that video again, and then you get to understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so sometimes when you're trading, you just to hide these indicators, you can just go here. All right, and maybe using this trading platform for the first time, just check a video titled how to use the Cortex trading platform. All right, so basically let's just watch this video. So guys, from all the aspects of price action that we have discussed, and also like the rules for this strategy, all right, I realized someone was asking about the settings for these indicators. I think you gotta go in the group or just ask someone else about the settings. Look at the situation that we have, guys. We've waited for so long before we have an entry. Okay, and I think for this entry you can actually risk a little bit more than you've been risking. Now me, for the sake of proving that what I've been teaching you guys work, I'm gonna risk half of this account, right? And as you can see, it's a live account, right? Like, so 411 is in the account, and I'm gonna risk like 233. And then, all right, when it gets to 1 second, that's when I'm gonna enter. Yeah, that's right there. All right, so I just entered this trade. My expiration time is actually 1 minute 15 seconds. I hope you guys like put the same expiration time if you actually executed this trade with me. And also, like, the asset that I'm trading is Swiss francs, Japanese yen, right? CHF JPY. Let's see the outcome, and then I'm going to explain according to all the rules that we've been discussing, the main reason why I say this trade you can risk a little bit more. Okay, and check out, this account has been growing, guys. Like we said, you remember we funded a very small amount, and we said we're going to use this for learning purposes, but check how much we've grown. And if you don't have like a trading account and you're just been following and watching and coming to the lives and everything and doing a couple things around us, just make sure that you go to the link in the bio or link in the description. And by the way, guys, I actually recorded this, recorded my screen for this trade, so I could post it back to y'all. So we just won that trade. As you can see, the payout was 412, right? So now the account is actually in 590 just in 1 minute. I was so confident about that entry, right? And I'm just gonna explain in point form the reason why I say risk a little bit more. All right, so with the fractal at the bottom, we talked about it, and it was the lowest point, right, from the previous parabolic Sar. And then with the parabolic Sar just forming, and then our candles, we waited for the candle to cross that that SMA. Okay, and then we actually had two previous fractals, and we wanted our candles to break I mean, like the level of those fractals. Remember, we always say a previous resistance becomes a support, or a previous support becomes a resistance. Okay, when we reverse. All right, so, and also there was another fractal at the top there. All right, and that fractal, if you join it to the other fractal, or the where that where there was the other previous reversal to go into a downtrend, you can see, you can actually see that we've been having like a diagonal resistance. All right, so we entered that trade knowing that if you check the levels of that diagonal resistance, there is no way that the market was just going to bounce then just come back down. All right, if it was going to bounce, come back down a little bit, it was just going to retrace and go back a little bit again. But what we really know, according to what we explained, is that at that moment the market was most probably just going to retrace a little bit and get back in the money. Maybe retrace with just 2 candles, and then the rest 3 candles are going to get back in the money, and then probably we're going to have another reversal at the top. All right, but no strategy is actually 100% correct on every entry. You're gonna experience a little bit of losses, like we said, but then you gotta have a good money management, knowing that when I lose, this is what I do. All right, and when you see opportunities that we say, okay, it's most probably 90% that you're gonna make it on this one, you just increase how much you're trading. So at the end of the day, the psychology and the money management is actually very important. Okay, so let's just move on, and then like today we're just gonna talk about price action, just a little bit of it, and then we know that we solidify this strategy. And if you've been lagging behind, just make sure that you ask other people, just like your guys who've been talking about the settings and everything. Just ask the other guys. Everyone who's been learning right now, I think they're getting everything correct and they know what to do. All right, so let's talk about price action. Okay guys, so basically you have understood, I'm sure, all right, the basics and the basics of the strategy and how to use it. All right, so I don't think I can explain any further. The next thing you gotta do, guys, is, because I noticed on that video I wasn't explaining the settings, but then at least in the beginning of the whole video I've explained the settings. Love you so much, guys. It's Palm from Trading with Palm. Hope you guys are going to be profitable with this trading strategy. If it's a little bit tough, just check out some other simplified trading strategies that I've posted. All right, and then you can pick which one that you like. All right, so it's the fractal, Parabolic Sar, and the SMA21. I love these settings. Have a beautiful week, guys. See you next time on my other tutorial.